Hello again, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Traveling Gunn. I am Thomas. I am a regional flight attendant, and today's vlog is just going to be about why I became a flight attendant. And the reason how I became a flight attendant, I never, in a million years thought I would become a flight attendant. I kind of just happened to luck up and fall into the position of a flight attendant. For a long time, I knew what I wanted to do once I retired. What I like to do as far as being able to travel the world, and I've always wanted to do it more than once a year when I have vacation for a week. And so I went on ahead and started applying for airlines like gate agent, rampers, trying to get on there. The flight attendant never crossed my mind at all, because if you really think about it, when I was in elementary school, only people that came to school were pilots and flight attendants. The flight attendants mainly spoke to the girls, and the pilots basically spoke to the guys as far as becoming pilots. Never in a million years did they say, hey, men can be flight attendants too. But this was when I was in school, so now times have changed. But I used to be a fraud analyst for a major bank, just doing check fraud and debit card fraud. And I used to take the train to work one day, and I happened to see a guy. He was in his flight attendant uniform. And I said, hey, I just went up to him and asked him, hey, do you work for such and such airline? He was like, oh, no, I work for a regional, which the regional I never heard of until I got into this business. I, never knew that there could be, there was a regional or mainline. I thought everything was the same, which most people who aren't in this industry or don't know anyone, they think all airlines are the same. And so he told me, what airline he worked for and that it was a regional. And that very same day when I got to work, I looked up the company, immediately applied. Originally, they were hiring for New York. And so I was just like, okay, go ahead and apply. So each day I kept, looking at my application to make sure, everything went well. I did the video interview. After I did the application, what I did was I went on YouTube and looked up male flight attendant to see if there were any videos from, guys who went through the interview process. Of course, I found a few, not that many, but majority of the women that I saw, I started watching their videos and, just doing some of their ideas as far as for the video interviews and things like that. And I practiced and I studied. As times went on, there was still my after I did the video interview, it was still under review. And again, they hired. I went to their website. I seen that they were hiring for Atlanta, so I withdrew my application for New York, reapplied for Atlanta, and after that, the ball got rolling. Went to a group interview, got my CJO, and started training maybe 2 months later. But I know I got off subject, but the reason I became a flight attendant was, one, also for my adult life, I was stuck behind a desk. I've always done customer service, which would be over the phone customer service, and it was boring. Did it pay the bills? Yes. Was I making some money? Yes, but I wasn't happy. There are a lot of people who go to their jobs every day and are not happy with what they do, but yet they still do it versus following their passion and what their dreams is. And for me, my passion is food, of course, and traveling. So this job allows me to do both. I don't have to be tied to a desk. I can, set my schedule to where I have a lot of flexibility, to where I have more days off during the month than I do working a 9-to-5 job. So when I found all that out, that I would be able to have more flexibility in my schedule to do things and travel, it was a win-win situation for me. I love to travel. I love to eat different foods, which this job provides. And I just didn't want to be stuck behind a desk. And I think if you talk to most flight attendants, they probably would tell you the same thing, that a 9-to-5 just wasn't satisfying to them. There's nothing that gives me more gratification when I'm in there and thinking that I get to go to different places every day. Even though it may be the same city, it's different people, it's different experiences. I sleep in a different city almost 4 to 5 days out of the week. And for leisure, my family gets to travel wherever in the world with me for little of nothing. So that's one of the main reasons really is the flight benefits and the fact of I didn't want to be tied behind a desk. And also with this job here, you don't have a manager breathing down your neck to make sure that you do the right thing. You have your schedule. You have what you're trained on what you're supposed to do. You have the time that you're supposed to be there. So basically everything is on you. You're your own supervisor. You don't have to technically answer to a supervisor or every day. As far as you have base managers that you can ask questions to, but there's nobody breathing down your neck saying, hey, make sure you get here to the plane on time. It's pretty much left up to you to where you run you don't have anybody. Yes, like I said, you do work for a company, you do have base managers, you do have regional managers, but with day-to-day things, you probably would never see your base manager on a day-to-day basis. As if you would a 9 to 5, you're going to always run into your supervisor, you're going to always run into your manager or whatever. But that's another reason why, after I got into this, I like it even more. You just don't have anybody breathing down your neck. You just have to deal with passengers, your other coworkers, and pilots. That's it. You don't have to do anything else. And I suggest, anybody, if you're in a career or a field where it's not satisfying to you, find something that satisfies you. Because you don't want to work somewhere for 20, 30 years, however old you are, and look back once you retire and regret staying at a job that didn't make you happy. Understandably, you might work a job that pays the bills, you live comfortably. But what good is being comfortable, and you're miserable? Just think about that. You're comfortable, but you're miserable. And I'm pretty sure it shows, or one day it will show. And if you're with someone, that can wear on them and can put something into that relationship that was never there because you're not happy with the way your life is going. So I say just take control of your life, do what makes you happy, and bring satisfaction, because the money will come if you're doing what you love to do versus just doing something like a robot and a machine. And I believe society has told us that we have to go work for somebody for 20 years, retire, and live. Nothing about doing something that makes you happy. It's just working for someone for 20 years, retire, and just live your life. But yet, in those 20 years, you did nothing to satisfy yourself, but just work for somebody else, or work for somebody else because that's what the world said. Go to college, get a good job, and work for somebody. Not one time, now that I think about it, growing up did I hear, do something that satisfies you and makes you happy. I heard, go to college, get a good job. But that's my time for this vlog. I hope I didn't lose you in translation of why I became a flight attendant. One, if not, I'll just reiterate it. One, I didn't want to sit behind a desk. Two is the flight benefits. And three is just a new adventure every day. So that's my time. I'm going to leave you with a quote. And it is, be you, the world will adjust. That's my time. Y'all have a great day. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, send me an email, whatever. I'm here to help as much as possible, and I'm gonna be as honest as I can with everything without giving away too much detail that I can possibly get myself in trouble for. So until next time,